Welcome. In this video I will show you how you can use ClickUp for your business and how it can improve efficiency of your team. So if you're on the ClickUp website, you'll make sure to click on sign up. Here you can enter in your work email, so I will enter in one of mine. After you've entered in your work email, you can click on next. Then it will take a few seconds and it will redirect you to a different page. Here you can basically enter in your full name. In this case I'll just enter in test name. Here's the email, and here we will choose a password, and here we will need to check the second box. The first one would be that you agree to receive emails for marketing, but we only want to check the second one, and then we will click play with ClickUp. And then they've emailed you a verification code, so we will take a look at the email. Then you will need to make sure to copy the confirmation code and then paste it in here. Then you can see, you can click on let's do it, and here it will ask you a few questions. So here you can name your workspace, which I will do after that business email. Next, here you can basically customize your workspace's avatar. I will want to make it black, and here I'll click on I'm happy so far. Choose your favorite color theme. I'll want to select a dark mode one, and I'm happy so far. How many people will you be working with? In this case it's just me. How do you want to start using ClickUp? IT, for example. How did you hear about us? Here we can basically just select something. Do you use any of these tools? In this case I only use Excel and Reich sometimes. I'm done, and here play with ClickUp. You can see it takes a few seconds and it will redirect you to your dashboard. Here we want to skip the video, and now you're in your workspace. So this might look a bit confusing, but it is actually pretty simple. So on the left sidebar you have a button where you can go to home, where you can go to your notifications and also your goals. Below that you have your spaces. So you can see here is your team space with your one project. You can see there are two default projects in here and some project notes, but we can delete that. These are just default ones. And here you have a space for everything basically. Here you have your dashboard, so you have your private one, but you could also create one for your team. And here you have some docs. So if we click on spaces and we click on our team space, you can see within this team space there are two projects. I will delete the second one, so we will click on project 2, delete. You can see the list has been moved to trash. If you want to undo it, you can do it here, but in this case I don't want to. And now we have one project here, so we can rename this to just project. And then you can see there are 3 default tasks in here. We could also remove them, but you can also add new tasks in here. For example, sign up on ClickUp. So this could be a task, for example, and then you can also go into your project if you click on the project on the left hand side. Here you can see all of the tasks in here. If you click on the task, you can see a pop-up opens up, and here you have more information. So here we can add some description to that task. So for example, if this is a task that you want to assign to a team member, you can assign it to your team member. In this case you can see it's only me here in this team space, and then you can write some simple description about this task, for example. And below that you have a to-do list. So this is a to-do list within a task, so you basically have subtasks, and you can also add a checklist. And at the bottom you can also add attachments. You can upload a file, you can import something from Dropbox, Google Drive, whatever, or you can basically just drag and drop your files in here. Here on the right side you can see there is a timer, and here is the date that this task has been created, and also how many people are watching this task. Below that you can use you can either comment on this task or you can type /, and here you have many commands. You can see there are a lot of those. Some of them that you might use is heading 1, for example, so hello. If you click on comment, you can see your comment is very large because we have selected the formatting of heading 1. You can edit your comment, you can assign this comment to someone. For example, this comment is assigned to me. And so here you can click on in progress, and if you're done you can click on next status. So you can click on this little arrow here, and then it is marked as done. You can see it is up here. If you now click on it and basically just click on this arrow again, you can see it is complete. You can see there is this warning because there is one assigned comment that we have just created. In this case we will just continue anyway because it is asking you if you really want to move it to complete. and then you can basically just move it to the next status, which is to do again. So it would be at the beginning again. And so much about task. Then you have a board here. So you can see you have all of these tasks sorted in columns. That is probably what most people want to use. That is also what I like to use in my project management team spaces. And then you have a calendar. So if the tasks have a due date, you will basically see all of these tasks in here, and you even have a Gantt chart here. So if there is a start date and a due date of a task, you will be able to see it here. In this case, you can see the tasks do not have any due dates. But you can also display it as a table. So you have it as a table here, you have the assignee here, you have the status here, so you could move it to in progress, for example. You have the due date and the priority. So you can make this a urgent priority. I like to have it displayed as a board, because that's personally what I like to use, but that's up to you, obviously. Then if you go to home again, you can see there is this calendar on the right hand side. On the left you have my work, so here are tasks that are assigned to you, and you can also assign tasks to yourself, obviously. And in the top right corner there is this thing called agenda. So you can see there is basically an agenda for today, and you can obviously write your own agendas, or if you are a team member and you work somewhere and you have been invited to a team space in ClickUp, then you will see your agenda here. Then if you click on mentions, here this is similar to notifications, so you can see all of the comments where you're mentioned. And so these will appear here, and if you click on calendar, you can see the calendar that we've just seen before. Now we can click on favorites, and here you can see you don't have any favorites. If you want to add some of those, you can see there are links that will show you how to do that. And if you click on docs, you can click on all, and here if you click on add new, you can see you can basically just use this as Notion, for example. So you could make this project 1 notes, and here you can type something in, and here you can basically see this is the document that we have just created. Here is another one, this is a default one, and we can basically just switch through these docs, and you can basically just use this as Notion. In case you know Notion, that is a very popular software also for project management. Here you can see there are only documents that are assigned to you. In this case there are none. Here are shared docs, and here are private docs. You can see this is a premium feature, so you would need to upgrade to unlimited plan for $5 a month. Now if you go to goals, here you can see you can make a list of your goals. So if you set a goal, you can basically just enter in a goal name, for example goal #1, click on OK. The owner, which is me in this case, click on OK. Who has access to this goal? This could either be a private goal or the workspace. So in this case it will be a goal of the whole workspace. I'll click on OK. Is there a date this goal should be completed by? So you can set a due date, for example, this could be tomorrow. And then you can add a description, for example, this is goal #1. You can click on OK. Then you will need to confirm, and you can see there is this goal here, and you can also see a status bar, which I really like actually. And here you can create a target. So targets are specific and measurable pieces that must be accomplished in order to reach your goal. So these are basically milestones. If you click on create a target, you can create a target name, for example milestone #1. Click on OK. Owner again, which is me. Click on OK. Type of target. So is this a number? Is this a true or false statement? Is this a currency? Or is this a task? In this case, we could make it a task. So for example, we could select the task that we have created before, sign up on ClickUp, click on OK. And you can see here is one milestone basically. So if we complete that task, if we mark it as in progress and then done, or move it to complete, and we close this, you can now see the goal has been achieved, and there is this nice animation. And this status bar has also updated, and it's 100% now. And you can share goals with other people, either with a private link, so maybe there are only a few people you want to share this goal with, so you can then copy a link and send it to those people, or you maybe want to make it private or share it with your whole workspace. Now if you click on the top right, you can see there is your profile, and if you click on profile, you can basically open up your profile. So here you can see your activity. So what have you done in the past? Have you moved tasks somewhere? Have you changed the status of tasks? Have you changed the priority of tasks? And here you can basically see your work, your assigned work, so your assigned task basically, and your calendar. Now here you can see your email, your role, you can add a description obviously, and your local time. Now if you close this and go to home again, and you click on this sidebar settings, you can then make this a dark mode sidebar as well, which I personally like to use. Then in the bottom left, if you click here and on settings, so here you can adjust the settings of your workspace, and here you can adjust your own settings. So for example, you could change your name and do all sorts of stuff. If we now go to the settings of the workspace, you could delete the workspace here. You can manage the people that are in there. You can manage teams if you want to create teams. So you can see this is a premium feature as well, unfortunately. Then the spaces, you can import or export data. So you could, for example, import tasks from one to another project management software. And here are some integrations you see. So you can integrate Figma, Google Drive, OneDrive, Microsoft Teams, Gmail, HubSpot. You can basically integrate all of these other softwares to ClickUp, and so that way you can basically increase efficiency. And so that's pretty much everything you need to know about ClickUp. If this video was helpful, make sure to like the video, and thank you for watching.